Hello there, and as usual, I'm Aaron from Last Stand Gamers, and welcome. So today I was challenged with another build, and it was of course a 40k build, and I love to take up the opportunity on a 40k build, but this time it's the Baneblade. Now, that is a tank that, it's amazing. It's for the Imperial Guard, if you know anything about 40k, and we're going to try building it. So I'm going to split this up into a few little bits of sections, and we're just going to draw a quick diagram of what we're going to do. So we're going to need a turret. Okay, so that's pretty simple. We'll put that there. Then we're going to actually go with the main hull. The thing with the Baneblade is it's more of like a modern tank. So we've got the actual skirts, as we can see here. So imagine it's coming towards us, and then we've got our tracks within the skirts. So we've got that difficulty of either building within or then putting the skirts on after. So it's something we're going to have to take consideration. Now the hull is absolutely packed with weapons. So if we represent weapons with blue, we've got literally guns everywhere. We've got guns on the side, guns there. We've got a Demolisher Cannon there. And then we've got even side sponsor weapons. So it's a really hard one to replicate for moving parts. So we're going to try our best, and I'll get back to you. So I've just finished off building the actual hull itself. Now what I've done here is, with a lot of my building and construction, I tend to colour and code stuff. So the red is representing where weapons will be mounted on, so these areas need to tend to be quite smooth and not really obstruct the weapon or the turret from turning. Blue's representing the main sort of body of hull, and the greens are going to represent the bits where I don't need the tracks to fit under, so they're going to have to have smooth underlaying parts so the tracks won't snag, snap, or even break off when they're actually running. So the next thing I'm going to try to do is build the turret. Now the turret is going to be a damn challenge. I'm now about 10 minutes into the actual turret design. I've just kept it in a red colour because all my weapons are red at the moment. And what I've been doing is just building up that sort of Baneblade shape. So we've got these sort of nice sort of raises and sort of releases. And then we've got the actual turret mantle here where the barrel and the main cannon will be mounted. And this is just the stage before that I was actually having a mess around with. The stage before, you can just see we've got like the main sort of turret, and this is where it's hollowed out, ready to actually fit the components I'm going to need in there. So the gyroscopes, the actual working out a location for the actual to mount the cockpit, because we're going to need a second player to man the actual turret when it goes into battle, of course. So I'm going to continue on. I think the tracks are the next stage once we've sorted the barrel out. Came to a little bit of a dilemma. Now, when I was making the Land Raider, I realised that I'd have to put the side skirts on afterwards, after I put the tracks on. But this time, I forgot. So now I'm going to have to somehow thread the actual track through these little wheel bays. And that is going to be pretty damn hard. We have to lock this to some sort of base and then thread it through, but the rest of the tank is pretty much completed. The only thing that I didn't probably have a mess with is these turrets in the side here. We're probably going to try to make them move, but I don't know. Everything else seems to move pretty damn well. We've got the turret operational, and we've got mainly nicely coloured and everything. Everything's looking really nice, so we just need to get on with building the tracks now. So I'm currently in the very fine-tune process of attaching the track. That basically involves the two ships like you've seen me do before, but this time the track's a little bit too long, so it's not going to be tight enough. So you can just see how it's laid across there, and it's running over the running gears. It doesn't look half bad. It's going to work pretty nicely if it all goes well. We've just got to trim this part down, and then we'll be able to get this right track going. Now we're kind of in the proof testing stage. We've got one of the tracks running, and if this one goes horribly wrong, then that means we're going to have to completely change the design. So it seems to be going quite smoothly. This is the bit that I tend to get worried about, the actual connector, because what tends to happen is that since it's 4 long instead of 3, it can get stuck when it comes up this top area, so that's what we're watching for. But it looks like it's flowing through there really well. We're going to have to put some track tighteners in here definitely though, so we're not getting that much flop. But it should work out pretty well. We've got quite a nice tight track. It's turning very beautifully. See that shake there, that's what we're going to need to sort out. Right, better stop this anyway before it does too much damage. So we finally managed to finish the Baneblade, and I'm not going to say it was easy because it was absolutely solid getting this tank to operate. Just the size of it alone was a hard enough one to build, as well as the shapes and the patterns and trying to get that detail into it, and I've reached a level that I'm quite happy with. You guys don't have to tell me what you think, so I'll just talk you over this. So we've got the main little bulky turrets, and there's no way of replicating a las cannon like there is in the 40k, so I've just added some machine guns. I didn't in the end change these to rotating turrets, it just got too fussy, and when it drove it bounced up and down and it was just not enjoyable to watch. And over here at the front we've got another turret, we've got the viewing cockpit, we also have the Demolisher Cannon with its 4-barrel rocket launcher. That's gonna be scary. I really want to fire that now. Should we try firing it? Yes, let's do it. Alright, now equip the rocket launcher and get into position. We'll fire this thing. Please don't blow up. Oh, not as amazing as a massive big shell coming out of it, but it's good enough. Now we've got the same over here, and then we move on to the massive cannon. So we've got the cannon up here, and we've got the little auto cannon that would be next to it. And let's hop inside. So we've got just a basic turret movement, and you can see with the lasers aiming at the targets down there. But we've also got a little bit of a feature that I really like. This is just damn fun. This hatch. Now if we reverse the hatch, you can see the hatch seals up on top, so we're actually protected in there. I mean, it has no real practicality because a tank like this in space is never going to work very well, is it, to be honest? But it's nice to have it. Let's try taking out some of their targets anyway. So that's the interior view. That's not going to be too helpful. Fire at that one. That one's down. Very nice. I'll try getting another shot on it. Let it spin a bit. There we go. Line it up. Oh, and it's took out the other target as well for us. See if we can clip it. No, we missed. And we'll save that one for while we're driving. So we need to open up the hatch so we can actually get out. And reverse that. Hatch should come open. Beautiful. And we'll crawl on out of here. So crawl out the hatch and we'll move over to the driver's seat. So before we go to the driver's seat though, I'll just show you the back. So I've tried to replicate the exhaust the best as I can. And what I might have here in the end is an actual big reactor with the port there, so you could put uranium in there, but it wouldn't really make no sense because you won't be using this in survival. This is just a little bit of a fun thing to have a go at. Anyway, let's put this thing to the test. We have some obstacles, we have a trench, and then we have a tank trap ditch, and we'll see if it can navigate them. So we've got the basic sort of track design. It took a few little refinements and a few different shapes and sizes changes, but we've not got too much variation on what I usually do with the tracks. So we're inside the main cockpit now. Let me just see around and we'll start this thing up. So there's no gyroscopes on this, so you have to turn it like the old-fashioned tanks where you have to brake one track and then turn the other or reverse the other track. So we'll start it up and here we go. I'll hop on out just to show you it moving. It's just amazing. Oh, just look at that. It's beautiful. It's amazing that you can build something like this in this game. I mean, it's a space game, but I mean, what you can build is just not limited, and I just love the ability to build whatever you want. I mean, I've seen cars, I've seen trucks, seen all sorts of interesting little mechanical devices. I mean, having the wheels is great help for this. I mean, they look a little bit out of place, but they work damn well. So we're crossing the trench here. It's not even a care about that trench. If the orcs were in there, they'd just be getting crushed. Absolutely destroyed. No amount of boys would be able to help. I was going to make an orc joke then, but I'm going to stay calm. Let's get in the turret anyway. So we're going to be moving down this hill here. Let's actually watch it drop before we move into the turret. Now, we'll see if this tank can handle it. What exactly is it going to do? Is it going to dip straight in? Or is the back going to stay up and then it's going to drop? I think it's going to drop because the gravity cubes are spread out really well across the actual tank's weight. So let's watch this thing drop down. Oh, look at that. Will it smash anything? Nah, the Baneblade's far too tough. What's going on over here? Oh, I thought we had a problem then. Alright, let's get in the turret quickly and finish off this last target. Alright, in the turret, we're coming out of the tank ditch. We're crawling our way out. All that friction there is trying to help us the best we can. Got to get this turret aligned and take out this other tank. There we go. Beautiful. There we go. Beautiful. It was a pleasure building this. And what I've also done is I've linked in the description all my other Warhammer 40k builds. So if you guys are interested in checking out dreadnoughts, Tau battlesuits and other things, it's definitely going to be something for you. This is also going to be up on the workshop, so make sure to check it out as well. All the links will be down in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.